Oh yeah, it's time to put some work in. I'm back and we about to do this right now. What is going on, you guys? I hope y'all are having another good day. It's been a minute. I'm back. We're dropping a new video today. As you can see, we are going to be throwing on an adjustable track bar. It finally came in. I've been waiting for it. Well, it came in a while ago. I'm finally getting around to installing it, okay? Really excited and looking forward to putting this on. So definitely, if you guys notice, we got a little scenery change up. The garage is closed because the door won't open. It's getting fixed. So I got like the tools needed out here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Also on the camera, let me know how the audio sounds. I know recent videos we've been having audio issues, trying to still get that fixed and figured out, so bear with me. I apologize for that. I went ahead and put some wind muffs on the camera, so hopefully that'll help make the audio more clear, more crisp. Let me know though. I really appreciate it. And like always, if you enjoyed this video and the content I provide for you guys, please go ahead, smash that thumbs up button because it helps out so much. It's been a minute. All right, you guys, so show you what we're doing. So over here we got the track bar. It came with the heim joints, adjustable heim joints. Although one side is really not going to be truly adjusted, it's kind of going to get installed, and then I'll adjust the other end as needed. We got hardware here, grade 8 bolts, along with some washers. Tools I got, just basic wrenches, air impact, drill. Now we will, just like I had to do for my crossover steering, I will have to be drilling out the mounting holes for the drag link. As you can see, so if you didn't know, or not your drag link, your track bar. So if you didn't know, you guys, up here, that bar right there that runs across your suspension over your axle, or it's in front slightly over, that is your track bar, okay? What that pretty much does is the name. It controls the track of your axle, okay? Not having a track bar in your truck, your axle would pretty much fall from underneath your vehicle. It would shift to side. When I take this one out, there's going to be a couple things I'm going to talk about and show you what to look for to check for a bad track bar. These solid axle trucks, more specifically second, third gen Dodges, are known notoriously for having horrible track bars. One of the key crutches in them is a bushing that is in it. Those usually don't hold up and bear the weather. So once I take this out, I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. Now also another thing is, in order to take this out, you're going to have to drop your tie rod, all right, just so you can be able to get to that bolt, because it's this bolt right there. In order to get to that, this bar is in the way. I might be able to put a swivel fitting on it. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and see what I can do. All right, you guys, give y'all a little side-by-side comparison. So I got the stock track bar out, so you can see right here, this is what makes the OEM track bars, if the camera decides it wants to focus, whatever, this is what makes it inefficient. All right, is these rubber bushings. And you can see here, see if I can get a good zoom in on that, and it wants to focus. There we go. You can see they're known for cracking, okay? These bushings will dry out because, I mean, they're rubber, so over time it's gonna dry and crack out. This is an OEM stock track bar, you know, 10+ years old, 106,000 miles on it, so they're gonna get old. Same thing with this side, okay? Now, where does an adjustable track bar come in at is that, one, you should be getting heim joints, okay? Heim joints are extremely durable. They last way longer. I got mine from the same provider that gave me that I got my steering from, Kevin over at Ranette Ironworks. Hooked it up. Thanks, brother. But yes, so you can see it side by side, all right? In terms of fitment, it should fit up pretty good, pretty close. I intend on using the hardware he gave me. One thing I will reuse though is the OEM flag nut for this side. So over here you get, oh my head. So over here you get a flag nut bolt that you put behind here, and it's super tight to get back there. And if you had to put a nut back there with a wrench, you're going to be in for a hell of a project. But luckily, this is gonna fit perfectly. So I'm really looking forward to that. Kevin did tell me that I would have to drill out the OEM holes to 5/8, but on my model truck, they're already a 5/8 hole. So I guess we're set up on that. These bolts match up, and you know, so I don't even have to do that. I will use a new bolt on the other side, and I'm going to reuse this one on the side I just showed you, the passenger side. Also with that, what else was it? Damn it. Oh yeah, these sleeves right here, these go on the outside of the heim joint, so that way it has a flat mating surface. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hard mount it and show you what it looks like, and then I'll explain a little bit more. All right, you guys, I'm in the middle of installing it. I just hard mounted the passenger side. I have it resting on my leg here. I wanted to show y'all something real quick, just show you the quality of work you get if you order from my guy Kevin. All right, Kevin at Ranette Ironworks. I'm telling y'all, look in there. Look at how the sleeves for the heim joints mate perfectly with the actual heim joint. There's no gap. You're not gonna have to worry about any slop, any excessive play. That's real right there. All right, that is craftsmanship. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that so you know what type of person, what type of company you're dealing with. Like always, I will have a link down below for the link to this part that I purchased from Kevin, and I'll have his contact info down below as well. All right, so I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. All right, you guys, you ready to see this? All right, check this out. Ooh. Yes, sir. All installed and torqued down, tightened. She is looking good. And when I went up to my steering wheel, I felt the steering wheel felt good. It's nice and tight. Now, it looks loose right now, but I just gotta tighten the adjuster bolt some more. Alright, you guys, so we're driving in the truck now. I got my wife recording me. Just give you guys a real life experience of what the track bar feels like driving. So if you look at the steering wheel, I really need an alignment bad. Hopefully I can get one Saturday. I want to get one ASAP, but I'm just driving up the street, so I'm not too worried about it in terms of damaging anything. I haven't drove the truck. I've only drove the truck 3 times since I've done everything. So right now, hopefully the cab drone isn't too loud, but it feels good though. It feels solid, you know. I have very minimal play in the steering wheel. Once the wheel is centered and it's not canted to the side like this no more, you know, it'll definitely drive straight down the road. But yeah, I like it. It feels real good. And having that adjustable track bar is going to definitely help with a lot of steering play. So if you got a lot of steering play and you've already changed your tie rods, your ball joints, you know, you put the steering brace on the box and that's still loose, dual steering stabilizers, and it's still loose, definitely look into your track bar. A lot of people forget about that. Checking your track bar can be as simple as just going up to it and grabbing it and shaking it laterally. All right, so left and right, shaking it, and if it rattles like a rattlestick, then it's probably bad. That means your bushings are blown out. Like I said, the previous ones I had were still pretty good, so it wasn't that bad. But knowing that I upgraded to a lot heavier, a lot beefier torque or traction bar, I feel better about it because you know, it's just more solid. It's not gonna have as much flex. It's not gonna have. I ain't gonna have to worry about, you know, that stock track bar being put to like the limit. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely feels good. I can't wait to get in alignment. I know it's gonna feel a lot better. I'm also going to be looking into, for this UPS truck, I'm going to be looking into a drive shaft extension piece. I know 6'7" Lime, Ryan Mayer, he waited a long time for his drive shaft spacer for his rear axle, but I'm going to look into getting one for this truck because I got a single piece drive shaft, and I know it's in the yoke, but I probably got like, I don't know, a little over a 1/4 inch of chrome showing on my drive shaft yoke. So I feel a lot better if it was in all the way. Also, it might cut down, it might make for a smoother ride, I don't know. Ride comparison to previously, I'd say it's about the same. For a lifted truck with 22x14 wheels, 37-inch tires, mud terrain tires, it rides really good. I think a lot of times we forget that with these trucks, you know, there's a nice Duramax passing by right now. I see, I do it all the time. Just checking my shit out. I notice, I know a lot of times we get caught up and people, you know, they want their truck to ride like a Cadillac, and that's just not the business. And I know you can get damn close to it, you know, with gas charged, tuned, whatever it is, shocks, but you know, it's still a truck at the end of the day. It's a heavy-duty truck that was made for working, and that's the original purpose of it. So I'm fine with having a little bump in my truck, and by no means am I saying my truck rides bad. It actually rides really good. But at the same time, if I got a little bit of a bump, like when I hit a bump, or, you know, I don't care. I'm not trying to get, you know, a Lincoln ride or a Cadillac ride. It's a truck. So, but for what it is and the setup I went with, you guys know how I did my suspension setup with the 5-inch rough country lift with the 2.5-inch spacers in the front. It rides good for a truck. You know, I can easily take this truck on the highway, go on a road trip right now, and drive comfortably. You know, so definitely something good to look forward to. You know, so once we get the alignment, I'll definitely be letting you guys know follow up of this and how it went. Alright, you guys, so we're back. Today is actually the next day. I know in yesterday's video I installed a track bar, but I really wanted to talk about it after we got the truck aligned. Today I got the truck aligned by a shop local in town named Evans Tires. For all my dudes that live here, I know I got a couple Marines that live here in town in Jacksonville. Evans Tires was able to align my truck. They did a really good job, and I actually was talking with the owner for a while, Evans, I believe that's his name. He's a really cool guy. So if you're looking for an alignment shop, I know I told y'all about Modern Tire for balancing, but for an alignment shop, Evans Tires, I highly recommend them. Now, we did the alignment. The truck rides amazing. I will have an in-cab driving, talking about it and stuff in another video, probably going tomorrow to Galot Motorsports. Go out there to see some diesel trucks, and apparently Dirty Max Jackson's going to be out there, and I really want to get him on film, so I'm going to try to see if I can get him, you know, get a one-on-one with him for like 5 minutes. But the truck drives straight. It drives super straight, so if you come over here, you can see in the truck, the steering wheel, as straight as can be. It's super straight right now, I mean, and you might ask, oh, how much play do you have? You know, that's like, I'm using one finger, and that's all the play I got. Now, this truck is, you know, a lifted truck on 37s, 22x14 and stuff, you know, that's like, I don't care about that. That's nothing. When I'm driving, the truck drives straight. It doesn't drift. It doesn't pull when I hit bumps. It doesn't pull one way. It does what you want a truck to do, which is drive straight and not off the road. You know what I'm saying? So the alignment came out good. The track bar was an awesome install. I highly recommend it. Okay. One thing I wanted to do was take time and show y'all some things we got coming up because, well, you know, it's always good to know. All right. So we had to get the pizza because, you know, it's Friday night. We get freaky pizza on Freaky Friday. So. Continuing, now I want to talk about some things that we got coming up. So as you guys know, we have, and this is probably the first time y'all seen it since I primed it. We have the camper shell. It's painted. I do have a video on this. I'm not done with it yet, but you guys get to see it if you're watching this video and you stay to the end of the video to see it. The camper shell, all we gotta do is wet sand and polish it, and it's gonna look really good. That's all you're gonna see over there. Over here, we got track bars. Yeah, we got track bars over here. These are going to be getting installed soon. I'm thinking about trying to get these installed Tuesday. I'm not going to have a lot of film on this because I'm not going to be able to film while they're doing it. The shop's welding them on, but you know, you understand what's going to happen. Okay, we got the custom. I also got these. These also came from Ranette Ironworks, over what same company I got my heavy duty crossover steering from, and my adjustable track bar came from the same company. All right, he actually hooked me up because these came off of his old truck. And because he's upgrading to ladder bars, and I mean, these are awesome deals. So we got custom brackets for it. We got custom brackets for it and stuff. And then over here, we also have something that my good friend Mac over at MDC Diesel sent me out. We have a Smedin diesel intake manifold that I'm looking forward to installing. I'm doing a little test fitting, little projects for that. Be on the lookout because we're going to be having some cool stuff with MDC Diesel. I've been talking to Mac and we've been collabing, and we're going to have some, I think you guys are really going to like the direction that the channel goes in terms of engine work and what's going to be getting done to the truck. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that's really it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up like always. Let me know how you like it when I talk. When I'm, you know, someone else is holding the camera, I got my wife holding it. Let me know how you like that versus me holding it myself. I know I feel like I'm able to talk more and be able to show you stuff better when I'm like this. So you know, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff for the channel and whatnot. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. I got more stuff, but it's real small stuff, so I don't want to, you know, drag this video out. But like always, thank you so much for tuning in. Always hit that button, join the family, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you think of this video, the track bar, the camper shell being painted. I have a video for the camper shell, like I said earlier. Intake manifold, track bars getting installed. You already know painting track bars gold, so you don't have to waste your time asking me. Make sure you're following the Instagram. It's everything_diesel. And yeah, until next time.